Thank you so much for joining us here on Idaho Today. This upcoming Monday is a historical total solar eclipse. It'll be making its way across the country. And to help us understand what does this mean, we have KTVB meteorologist Rachel Garceau.
Hello, Melissa.
Hello.
Hi.
So good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
All right, so a total solar eclipse.
Yes, it will be total in parts of the country.
There you go.
Not here in Southwest Idaho, unfortunately. So let's talk about first and foremost the nuts and bolts of what we will see.
All right.
Right here in our neck of the woods. Okay, so let's talk about this. Look at our graphic here. As far as that totality goes, you can see that path, that moving line running from kind of the heart of Texas up through New England. That is the path of totality, as we call it, for this eclipse coming up on Monday the 8th. So as we zoom in a bit on Idaho, we are pretty far removed from that path of totality. We'll see about a 35% eclipse of the sun. So of course it's the moon moving in between the sun and the earth is what we're observing. So from 11:30 in the morning on Monday through 1:30 in the afternoon, that is a total eclipse time for us here in Southwest Idaho. Right about 12:30 is when we'll see our maximum of this eclipse, which again is about 35%. So remember, 7 years ago, right, we did have a total eclipse that ran right here through southern Idaho. That's what we saw on the left, was that total eclipse. Back in October, remember this? We had that annular eclipse, which is that ring of fire eclipse. That happened here in October. We will see that partial eclipse here. So we'll just kind of see just a part of the sun covered by the moon. It'll be enough to probably change the light a little bit. Might feel a little bit cooler midday on Monday, but it won't be that total eclipse that a lot of people in the other parts of the country are going to see.
Do you know what I love about the partial eclipse? When you witness it, pay attention to the shadows on the ground.
Yes.
Because you'll see little baby moon shapes.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
You can watch the eclipse that way too. If maybe you don't have viewing glasses, which you do need, even with a partial eclipse, you can look at the shadows through the leaves of a tree, something like that, because they will be fascinating. Great photos that you can take there too.
Yes, super cool photos.
Yes.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that you have to have protective eyewear.
Absolutely.
Because we all know you don't stare at the sun. If you do, you're going to injure your eyes really bad.
Yes.
So what do we need? There you go.
So you need your ISO approved glasses. Now, if you have some maybe still hanging around the house from that eclipse back in 2017, they're okay to use as long as they're not damaged. Now, this pair I brought, I would actually not use because they are bent across one of the lenses right here. So I would ditch these and get a new pair. They're available at all big box retailers and things like that. But if you still have them from a few years ago, they're fine to use as long as they're still in good shape. Or, of course, go find some this weekend and get ready for that on Monday.
Yeah, and I remember too, during the 2017 solar eclipse, my daughter's class, they created these shadow boxes out of cereal boxes or shoe boxes. Super cute, really easy to do, great fun experiment to do with your kiddos. And you can look it up online.
Yes, all over online. You can find those experiments to do. It's a great way to watch it.
Yes. I love Eclipse because it's such a great science lesson for the kids, but also the adults too,
It's always fun. It's something cool to see. And again, around 12:30 on Monday, we do have in the forecast right now a partly cloudy sky.
I was going to ask you, what does the weather look like, Rachel?
It's going to be that mix of sun and clouds. So we will just cross our fingers and hope for the best. But in that 2-hour period, even if the clouds are kind of passing over the sun, we should still be able to get a pretty good view.
You get some kind of glimpse, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Through your glasses.
All right. Through your glasses or your cereal shadow box or shoe box.
Either way, exactly.
Yes, either way. And get ready to take those photos of those really cool shadows because they are so awesome.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Can't wait to see it all.
Thank you.
You bet.
So appreciate it. Now we're all prepared. My family in Ohio, they're going to get a good show, but it might be cloudy.
I know the forecast in some parts of the country is not good. People, by the way, in that midsection of the country, some folks are going to get to see that total solar eclipse for the second time in 7 years. That is a very rare event. Usually it's once in every 375 years that the same location gets to see a total eclipse.
Really?
Yeah. So now it's once in or twice in 7 years in that midsection of the country. It's pretty phenomenal.
Lucky.
Yes.
Incredibly lucky.
As long as the weather holds.
All right. Everyone stick around. More to come right here on Idaho Today right after the break.